Nation, what a game we saw tonight there at Scotiabank Arena. And before we go any further, you guys can hear my voice. You guys can hear how bad it sounds. Before I go any further, I want to apologize for being MIA. I did it in the Jays video, and I'm going to do it again here. Obviously, you guys know I was in California, and the first game, was it game one, I believe? It was game one I did in California, but then I went MIA after that. The reason being, first time for myself ever being out there for me for a long time. I've always dreamt of going out there to California. And honestly, it got to a point on day two, obviously, where I didn't do any videos for you guys, where I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I need a break. I need a moment where I can just enjoy myself, let loose, enjoy, watch these Leaf games, Jays games, whatever I was watching, see the scores, whatever, and just not worry about rushing home to do a video, right? And I took that and I said, you know what? It's time for me. And I did, and I had the time of my life. However, they got a little sick in the process. Don't worry, not COVID. Already tested that. But just trying to recover here. So bear with me here today, Leaf fans. Before we go any further, though, let's very quickly recap the last three games before we talk about this incredible one today. All right? Game two. After the 5-0 win in game one, where everyone's losing their mind, Leafs fans are jacked up, you lose 5-3. You kind of expected the Lightning to come out guns a-blazing in that game, and they did, and you lose 5-3. Game three, the Leafs go out there, in Tampa, and they win 5-2, and it's like, whoa! And it was a 3-2 game, I believe, with two empty netters. They were able to hang on there late. I think it was a 3-0 game that ended up being 3-2. So the Leafs found a way to win that game and take a 2-1 series lead. Then in game four in Tampa, it was a full-on disaster, right? You knew they were going to come out flying. Andrei Vasilevsky, after a loss, his numbers are always spectacular. They score 7. I mean, they chased Jack Campbell. It was ugly. It was downright ugly. The team played like garbage. Jack wasn't great. And now it's a 2-2 series. Come back to Toronto for game 5 tonight. And what a game it was! And you know what, Leaf fans? I got to give these guys a ton of credit. I really, really do. The reason being, they came in flatter than a damn pancake. They were awful in the first minute of the game. And you knew, I had this feeling early on, and I was so scared during this game. When the Leafs had that first power play, they didn't get a shot, and they had zone time. But Tampa was just all over them, like glue. And I'm like, man, this is going to be tough. Then they went up 2-0 to Tampa Bay. They ended up leading in shots 14-4. After the first period, Steven Stamkos scores 5:19 in. Then less than a minute after that, on the power play, Victor Hedman scores. And you're up 2-0 early. This has been the story of the series, right? Whoever gets this early lead usually hangs on to it, right? That's been the story of the series all along. And you're down 2-0 after one. Shots are 14-4. It's a disastrous period for the Leafs. But again, you gotta give these guys credit. We've talked all year about effort. Well, damn did they give one in that second and third period. About midway through the second period. Actually, that wasn't midway through. It was less than 4 minutes in. On the power play. Willie Nylander gets the puck at the point after a DDD pass for Giordano, who was literally walking the line. The puck was on the blue line there. And he goes across to Willie Nylander, and he fires it low, definitely for a slap pass. And it goes off John Tavares, and it might have gone off the defender, and in past Vasilevsky, and the boys are on the board. It's 2-1. Giordano and Nylander have assisted the goal, 3:35 of the second period. And oh my God, we're right back in. This is a 1-1 goal game. And after that goal, when I say the word onslaught, that's the definition of the rest of the period for the Toronto Maple Leafs. A dominated play. Jack Campbell, the big man Soupy. Incredible save on a breakaway. Incredible. Keeping it a 2-1 game, keeping the fans in it, keeping it a 1-goal game, right? Just hang it in there. And the Leafs don't score anymore in the second period after a million chances. And I think they hit 1 or 2 posts as well. They could not beat Vasilevsky. And I'm like, is this going to be one of those games where you literally just can't beat the goaltender? Because after 2 periods of play, Leafs outshot Tampa Bay 14-9 in that period, but it was dominant the second half of that period. It was really incredible to watch. And let me go back to the first period, right? Because we saw this in the third period. They showed the replay of it. Jack Campbell over by the bench and Jason Spezza. Look, points-wise, Jason Spezza, He's been laying the body in the playoffs, which is kind of nice to watch. But he took Jack Campbell, and he was looking right at him. And he said something to him. And Jack Campbell changed. He got chased in the last game. He allowed 2 goals early on in the first period, just over 6 minutes in. Then him and Jack have a conversation. And then incredible things happen. Jack makes a lot of stops, makes some big-time stops. That's what we talk about, great goaltenders. They make the big stops. And it keeps your team in it. We go to the third period. 3-0-1 in. 4-on-4. John Tavares, after last game, comes out and says, I have to be better. And as Leaf fans, we've heard that before. We've heard that many times before. Well, this is not my good game. I got to be better for us to do. Yeah, that's nice, but be better. John Tavares, after the last game, having not scored in the series yet, said, I got to be better. Not only did he score the first goal of the game for the Leafs, can we talk about that puck possession on that 4-on-4? Gets the puck behind the net, goes about the bottom of the red line, spins back, loses defender, which brings Hedman to him, which leaves Morgan Rielly in front in the slot. And he lays a beautiful saucer feed right on the tape, and Rielly beats Vasilevsky, and we're tied at 2. What an incredible job from John Tavares. Rielly finishes it off. Tavares and Nylander at 3:01 of the third period, and Scotiabank Arena erupts, and we are tied. The boys have tied this game up, and we're like, oh my God, they have an opportunity here to take the series lead if they can find a way. And as we've learned from Leafs teams in the past, when this team gets going offensively, they might score in bunches. And just over a minute 13 to be exact, after that goal, beautiful play up the ice from Justin Hall. I can't believe I flippin' said that. Or was it Hall? Or was it Mikheyev who fired the puck over? One of the two. Beautiful outlet pass, probably from Justin Hall to Mikheyev at the blue line. And he goes cross-seam to Willie Nylander, who had to settle the puck down. And he fires it far side on Vasilevsky, goes off the post and in. And the Leafs, they have the lead. It's 3-2. Leaf fans, hold on a second. The Leafs the Tampa Bay pulled the Leafs. Yes, it was only a 2-goal game. But they blew a 2-goal game. They let 3 unanswered goals. And the Leafs have the lead at 3-2. And Leafs Nation is buzzing. Scotiabank Arena is going bonkers. Maple Leaf Square is going absolutely nuts. I'm going nuts. And the boys are in front. However, that was less than 5 minutes into the period. Lots of hockey to play. And Ryan McDonough, with about under 12 minutes to go, the puck kind of just floats for him right in the top of the circle. Or maybe it was at the circle. And he walks into a slap shot, and he beats Jack Campbell. And we're tied at 3 again. And every Leaf fan's like, oh God, here we go again. You give us all the hope, all the energy, all the momentum, and then bang, it's gone. But then something magical happens. In the neutral zone, there's 4, I don't know why. There's 4 Tampa Bay Lightning in on the scrum for the puck. And I'm thinking, wow, that's really weird. Puck comes free. It's to a Leaf. They fire it cross ice to Mitch Marner. Who was it? Michael Bunting. To Mitch Marner. And in comes Marner and Matthews on a 2-on-1. And you're like, this is it. 6 minutes to go. It's got to do it. This is it. And Mitch Marner, being the flippin' wizard the guy is, instead of going for the cross-seam pass, because everyone's expecting it, right? He does what you do in NHL video games. He goes for the low shot rebound. And he does it. And the rebound is right on the tape of Austin Matthews. He's crashing right towards the net, and he buries it. You get the big celly from Austin Matthews. The Leafs are back out in front 4-3 with just over 6 minutes to play in the game. And they got the lead back. We're all losing our mind, right? This is insane. But we're like, there's still 6 minutes left. Calm down. You got to get through it. Jack made some huge stops. The defense was incredible. I got to give Justin Hall some credit. He was pretty damn good in the final few minute stretch there in our own zone. Got to give what was it, the Mikheyev, Engvall, Camp, that line. Because when they were trying to pull Vasilevsky with like 2.5 to play, he didn't get pulled till about 1.5 minutes because the Leafs kept having possession. Incredible job from that unit. They did an incredible job protecting that 4-3 lead and securing the W tonight. Shots on goal in the third period were 12-8 in favor of Tampa, which made sense. Even though the Leafs scored 3 goals on 8 shots off of Andrei Vasilevsky. Shots on goal for the game were 35-26. Vasilevsky led 4 goals on 26 shots. Hasn't been great. However, we all know how he bounces back. So we'll see what happens in Game 6. But let's not look forward to that. Special teams wise, we were 1 for 5 in the power play. We were 1 for 6 on the score app. It was all wonky. I don't know if McDonald's was a shorthanded goal. That's what it said. And then Matthews was a power play goal. I'm like, wow, what planet were those power play special teams goals? Because we only scored 1 power play goal, and that was the Tavares goal. So I don't know what the score was smoking, but either way, 1 for 6 in the power play. They were 1 for 5. Jack Campbell 3 goals and 35 shots. Willie Nylander, after getting a lot of scrutiny after the last game for just the lack of effort, right? We've always talked about it. Goes out there, and it takes a penalty early on leading to the Hedman goal. And we're like, damn, like this is a horrendous start. The man ends with 3 points in the game. Goal and 2 assists. John Tavares, after calling himself out, his goal and an assist. Remarkable. Can we stop talking about guys like Matthews and Martin not being playoff guys? Because they've had a hell of a round so far. Tavares and Nylander, they stepped up in Game 5. But Leaf fans, and also I wanted to mention Matthews' physicality. I thought he was throwing the body around. I'm like, man, this guy, he's a strong dude. If you can use your frame, that's great come playoff time. And he was. I saw Mitch Marner throwing the body. I'm like, damn, this is what I like to see. And even Morgan Riley throwing the body. I'm like, holy, who is this team? I love them. It's beautiful to watch. Now, Leaf fans, we're disregarding all the numbers, all the stats. It doesn't matter. Because us Leaf fans who have been with this team for years, know that that final game, that fourth one, that fourth W you got to get, it's the hardest one. We've seen it so many times before. Not only in Game 7s. You saw it against Boston the final time we played them, I believe. We had a 3-2 series lead. You lost that, albeit Game 7 was in Boston. But you lost Game 6 in Toronto, then lost 7 in Boston. Columbus, right? You lost Columbus in the bubble in the Game 7. And you lost to Montreal. We all know what happened, 3-1 series lead. You blew that one. It's every elimination game. The fact that when you have a chance to eliminate a team, the Leafs have not been able to do so. The Leafs have 2 opportunities to eliminate the back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Tampa Bay Lightning. It could either be Thursday, 7:30 puck drop in Tampa. But you know for a fact they're going to come out flying. Vasilevsky's going to be great. It's just going to be whether you can weather the storm early and punch back. I don't know how it's going to go. This series has been crazy. It's been back and forth. So if that's the case and it continues, we might be back here for Game 7, which I pray to God we don't have to because I can't deal with another Game 7. And like I said, if it comes to a Game 7, you're going to have fans in the stands and have a home Game 7, which has not happened for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It hasn't. They've either been on the road for a Game 7, or it's been in the bubble, or no fans, or 100 fans, or whatever the heck it was last year. So it'd be a very different atmosphere. But let's not get there. Let's please just end it at 6. So we can just exorcise the demons of the first round and move on instead of having to go through another Game 7, whether it's good or bad, just going through the damn thing. I don't want to have to deal with it. All right, Leaf Fations, you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed Game 5, smack the like button to appreciate that. The subscribe button, you guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Twitter link is down below, so follow the same medium, like great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, tomorrow afternoon, 12:35, first pitch there at Yankee Stadium. Jose Barrios gets the ball for the Blue Jays, and who gets the ball for the James Taillon gets the ball for the Yankees in the finale of the mini 2-game set there. And as for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Game 6 between the Leafs and the Lightning go on Thursday night, 7:30 puck drop there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And I'm really hoping the next time I talk to you, it's about talking about a round 2 berth. Please, please, please. All right. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and the game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.